I'm going to introduce a very powerful woman that I had the honor to meet a few years ago. And yes, Steffi, you're right. At the MaLisa Foundation, we've really been working for many years. A foundation I founded together with my daughter, who's going to be here in 20 minutes. She's always a little late, but it's her birthday today, so she will be excused. So we really have been committed to work on the visibility of women, to work on gender equality for many years. And it's still a work that we need to continue. But along the way, we realized in a very uncomfortable way that we were so focused on changing the situation for women that we kind of missed really looking at men. Even, you know, when we were addressing topics around violence against women, mostly done by men, like when presenting the new help hotline or new numbers. In the audience, I would nearly exclusively look into the faces of women. So we did not only fail to really engage the men in the conversation, but in a deeper sense, we missed really asking ourselves, or the men, what does healthy masculinity look like today? What is it? Being a good man. Ask yourself, what does a good man look like? I mean, not only physically, obviously. What does characterize him? It seems like the feminist movement has really been powerful in telling the men what they should not do, how they should not behave, that they should give up some of their privileges, that there is masculinity that is just wrong, it is toxic. But there seems to be rather little consensus on what does healthy masculinity look like. And it's precisely in this void that specifically young men are very, how do you say, susceptible, or, wie sagt man? I have the English word, of course, I've written it down. They're very easily seduced by a worldview that is promoting political polarization, promoting misogyny, and denying climate crisis. And this is not only a problem for gender equality, but this is a problem for democracies as a whole. And this brings me to the wonderful person who has extensively researched how young people, and especially boys, tick. Dr. Maria Götz. She is one of Europe's leading experts on youth, media, and gender. As head of the International Central Institute for Youth and Educational Television, she has shaped decades of research on children's and young people's media culture. She has conducted more than 200 studies, published over 250 articles, and more than 20 books. She has also been closely connected to our MaLisa Foundation from the very beginning. And what does really set her work apart is not only her academic excellence, but it's your deep, deep commitment, Maya, to social impact. You don't only want to show us today what the situation looks like, but you will show us what we can do about it. So please welcome on stage the wonderful Dr. Maria Götz.
Oh, wow. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. Let me share the PowerPoint. Yeah, that's not really the PowerPoint. Yeah, that's the PowerPoint I'm looking for. Because what does it mean to be a respected, successful, and strong man? That actually is the question adolescents, boys are asking themselves on an unconscious level. And what we have done in the study, Social Media, Gender Images and Values, we dive deep into the identity construction of young people through single cases and through a representative study. And what we clearly found, what shapes the worldview and the values of young people today is social media, especially TikTok and Instagram. And in Germany, they watch it something like 3 to 4 hours, often in the morning while brushing their teeth, through the day when they're bored or get a little bit insecure, and in the evening, half an hour before they go to sleep. And what they're looking for is fun, entertainment, inspiration, so a lot of things, but also news and politics. Since last year, the main source for news and politics are social media, and they are the leading ones. And often, they are the only way how they get any information about the world. So, and they integrate it into their worldview. All of them are doing it. It's an active process. You know, they're looking at what is there and what fits. They make it fit and integrate it into their identity. And what we have done in this study is we had a specific look at boys who identify themselves as right-wing. It's about a quarter of the boys, and we wanted to know, because we can't reach them anymore, what is going on, how can we reach them, what can we offer them? And for them, especially TikTok is very important, and we know if you TikTok, if you like something, if you stand just half a second longer, it will give you more of the same, and what they get are videos like this one.
Gewaltiger, Rohheitsdelikte, Mörder. Was hat man auf die Bevölkerung, auf euch, auf uns losgelassen? Was hat man auf die jungen Menschen losgelassen, auf die jungen Frauen? Die Gruppenvergewaltigungsraten sind durch die Decke gegangen. Unsere innere Sicherheit ist erodiert.
And I'm sure you have seen, it's the, you know, what have they unleashed on the people, on you, on us. You're the typical populist. It's us against them. Have you heard the music? Goes directly into your unconscious, makes it very serious. You have to do something, urgency. And what she tells us is not true. Group rape, which is, of course, one of the most cruel crimes you can commit, but it's not hierarchying. It's to stay at the same level. But Damien, one of our cases, says, well, those who rape are immigrants, which is not true. It's a third of them. Not all rapes are done by immigrants. Or a different topic, climate crisis. Nabil, for example, said once it was important for him, but then it was just because TikTok was using propaganda, which you have learned about TikTok, and now he is convinced that the climate crisis is a TikTok propaganda. Hey, what a relief. No, it's not. It's real, it's dangerous, and we still can do something. So what we have here is misinformation and propaganda, and the question is, can't they see it? Well, some can, but not all of them, especially not the right-wing ones. They are absolutely sure there's fake news there, and they know they can identify it, and practically they can't. In everyday life, for example, it's credible what is presented with seriousness and concerns, gets a lot of likes, or is confirmed in the comments. So clearly, media literacy is missing here. And when we look at their worldview, we really have some problematic moments here. 6 out of 10 are dissatisfied with the democracy as it exists in Germany. 8 out of 10 are absolutely sure climate activists are totally unnecessary. And 57 are sure women and queers should not have the same rights and chances as men. And what you find statistically, something is going together. We have this idea of men are naturally over women. We have this idea of being right-wing, of hatred and hostility against LGBTQ+, and denial of climate crisis. And all this in a shape of anti-democratic ideas. You might say, well, it's just a quarter, but it's a quarter. And be very clear. They are just young human beings looking for orientation in this very complicated world. And what they found is what is out there. And they integrate it, and this is the way how they made this TikTok shaped view, which is anti-social, anti-sustainability, and anti-democratic. So, what does it mean to be a respect and successful man? Actually, that is the link to what they get on TikTok. Because for them, it's important to have an athletic body, which means muscle, to have success, which means money, and to have status, which means expensive cars. And with this idea, this value, they are directly linked to characters, the criminal Andrew Tate, not the role model you want for your sons. And they are directly linked to the Manosphere. The Manosphere is a cross-platform community of men sharing misogynic ideas and ideologies. The basic idea is the red pill ideology. Remember Matrix? Blue pill, red pill, blue pill? Yeah, and here the blue pill is stay in this effeminate, demasculating world, or take the red pill and see what it's really all about.
Women don't have anything to offer men other than their bodies. That is tragic to say, but right now they literally don't offer anything else to men other than their box. If you need help with your specific situation, click the link in my bio.
So there's money to earn there. And in this world of the pickup artist, selling tips how to get sex with as many girls and women as possible, of men's rights movement, complaining about this world which is just favoring for women, or the incel who discovered that because of their outer experience they will not get the sex they deserve, so they have to harm, rape, or kill women or kill themselves. So here we are in this misogynistic extremism. And the ones who are particularly at risk are young men, vulnerable, lonesome, tech-interested, in this world and having something like a shameful experience in their everyday life with dating, and then the men are telling them, oh my God, it's her fault, you have to rape her, and then they are in this world. So, what to do? Well, change social media would be one way. I don't know if you've heard of Rebuild. If not, look at it. We have a wonderful workshop, had a wonderful workshop and talk here at DLD. But that's not my field. My field is, okay, what can we do? What can we produce? So what we did is we produced TikTok clips. And then we tested it. And already in the pre-studies, we learned so many things, like, weak, wimpy characters will not work. They need somebody who's standing there, which they can trust. Okay, I can follow him. Share your privilege. Men should feel their emotions. Not working. So, but then we found the way. We searched in these cases for the deep needs and wishes. So what are they really urgently looking for? And then we took the aesthetic of the extreme right and tell pro-social and pro-democratic values. And then we tested it. And with 60% of them were right-wing. So with the question, is it attractive and does it change values? Well, let me give you an example. The red pill ideology. You already have heard, nowadays men are the victims of gender equality, and already now 50% of the right-wing boys believe in it. So, can we change this? At least a bit? Well, we tried. Here comes the clip.
Was ich ja total schräg finde, sind Männer, die rumheulen, sie wären die Opfer von Frauen und werden ja total unterdrückt. Bro, komm mal klar. Wenn Männer sich so richtig leid tun und dann auf Frauen losgehen, richtig ekelhaft. Starke Männer verteidigen Frauen und ihre Rechte.
And does it work with the right-wing boys? Yes, it does. Nearly 8 of them, 8 of 10 liked it, and even more important, nearly half of them would share it on TikTok with their friends. But the question is, of course, does it make a difference in their values? Well, what we did is we asked all kinds of worldview and values before. Then they had 25 minutes of watching clips and rating clips, and then we asked the same question again in a way that they can't remember what they ticked in the first questionnaire. So the question is, did it change? At least a bit. And to the right direction. We also had produced some clips where it changed in the wrong direction. Oops, so if you work with values, you really have to think about it and test it. But this one worked, and it makes clear, 12 and even more, if you look at a different kind of measuring, especially with the right-wing boys, it really changed something. So 12 seconds can make a difference if it really hits the point and gives the answer to what they are looking for. And there are ways how you can bring in this into the TikTok world, like hacking the Manosphere in a project by a young artist group. But it needs to be financed. But it's not only about the Manosphere, it's also about democracy. So what we found is one thing is the deep wish for Germans to be proud of Germany. And as German, historically, we know why we should not say very loud, oh, we are so proud of Germany. But there is this deep wish. And the only ones who are answering at the moment are the extreme right. And what we did is we take a clip. So you will see a clip where two guys are telling each other, complaining that nobody tells them how great Germany is. So just watch the pictures, get an idea of what the original is.
Weil den Leuten ja auch gar nicht mehr gesagt wird, was eigentlich für eine Historie hinter unserem Land steckt. Ja. Wie willst du denn ein Volk begeistern für dein Land, das vergessen hat, wo es herkommt, was seine Geschichte ist? Nicht nur Denker und Dichter, da fallen jedem Schiller und Goethe ein. Es waren auch die Philosophen, es waren Kant, es waren auch die großen Maler.
And you already have he's selling T-shirts. So, and what we tried is to do the pro-democratic way. And if you are German and you have a problem with sei stolz auf Deutschland, think yourself you are now 15, you like muscles and expensive cars, and watch this clip.
Sei stolz auf Deutschland, auf ein Land, das frei wählt, laut diskutiert und alle schützt. Auf Teamplay statt Ausgrenzung. Auf Tore, Rekorde und darauf, fair zu bleiben, wenn's heiß wird. Schwarz-Rot-Gold heißt Grundrechte, Respekt, Zusammenhalt. Wir packen an, ob im Verein, beim Einsatz oder im Alltag. Deutschland ist Vielfalt. Deutschland ist Erfindergeist. Deutschland ist Verantwortung. Wer wir sind, bestimmen wir gemeinsam. Sei stolz auf Deutschland, auf Freiheit, Fairplay und Demokratie.
And did they like it? Yes. Actually, the left ones didn't like it, but the right one liked it, and they will share it on TikTok. Can we please produce more of these kind of clips where we think about, okay, what are the values? What can we be proud in our society? What can we be proud in our democracies, in Europe? What is what we really have? And tell it in a way, not with long lectures like this one, not with long lectures, but really right to the point, bold and proud, and just be a bit brave here. Let's offer answers to questions like, what does it mean to be a respected, successful, and strong man? Normally we don't talk about it, we don't think about it, but we should give it to boys because they want this orientation and they want it on social media. Or why can we be proud of our democracies and of our values and tell this in a way that they aesthetically can follow and they really can take it and integrate it into their worldview? We would be more than happy to share all we have learned in this project. Let's work together for more pro-social, more democratic values on social media. And this could be a good start because it's gonna be wild. Thank you.